go. So I'll double-click on the malware sample, and it pops up with, congratulations, your software has been registered, confirmation code. Watch carefully, the files on the desktop, any in its target extension list, the icon will suddenly change. It can be a little subtle, but there is this exact moment when you realize something may be wrong with your computer. What is it they say? Never work with children, animals, and malware samples, something like that. Right, so yeah, that's probably not good. I've got to admit, if I was sitting there doing emails and that came up, I would probably need a few minutes away from the computer. It's pretty terrifying. This one's from 2016, right? It's one of the older ones compared to now, which I'll explain why that's important in just a moment. It goes through with its threat, and it does a few interesting things here. It's got functionality in it where if you don't pay within the first hour, it randomly deletes some of your files. And it ramps up the number of files that it shreds permanently, depending on the period of time. We now see ransomware variants using that tactic more, but we also see things like little tripwires. If you block the communications with the attacker's command and control server, they just shred the keys. They're like, nope, you can't have your data back. Ransomware samples, particularly recently, that encrypt all your data, and whilst you're preoccupied figuring out how to pay them, they steal your data so that they can decrypt it, figure out if it's interesting for further blackmail opportunities. So they're optimizing their business beyond the first cut of just shocking you into paying. But because security presentations are normally so depressing, this one is brilliant. This has got a nice silver lining in it, and I love this. It's a great lesson in software security that applies to any of us in legitimate software world as well. If we go look at this little section here, we can see it generates a payment address, those change, and we've got the ability to see which files are encrypted, and we can pay. So we're going to click pay, and it basically goes off and goes, oh, no, you didn't send me enough, try again.